bitch, hit a follow, bro.
No.
Hey, bro, drop us out, bro. My boy's broke, bro. Okay.
This is not in your blood. You're guard.
You got my phone? I bet.
You're guard. Everything that. No.
What that sleep shit, man? I do that shit at the university.
What do you mean cook my intro?
No, that's what I'm saying. What that sleep shit?
Do not tell. Give me this.
Let's talk.
Don't tell me this is calling Hoover. I'm gonna beat your ass.
No. Chad. Boy, y'all want to play King of the Hill? What are we doing, bro? King of the Hill? Yes or no?
Boing. You gonna drink from there? That's brisk. It's a public water fountain. Public water fountain.
You think I can beat any NBA player?
Yeah, there's no water here.
Ain't nothing Davis.
No, he doesn't read books. He gets somebody else to read the books, and then he just pays them, and then he just gets all the information from that person.
Yo, I can take a.
It's true. You know why? Because nobody who actually reads books like does this. Like, why are you bringing
Cheeto, nigga, 20 get the subs, Cheeto.
Yeah, the internet's a little shop.
Yo, does that work?
It's not a freak book, Cheeto.
Huh? This is smart. He's reading lunch and doing
Alright, we're about to get started.
It's harder to got me.
First thing I want to say is lunch is 2 hours. I know you guys are taking an hour here because we had to reschedule to show up. Hope you guys learned something today. So,
I'm sorry.
do you have any new streamers here today? Okay, good. Do we have any seasoned experienced streamers here today? Nice. All right, so I'm going to talk a lot about money. And so usually what I do, last year what I did, and what I kind of did in the last class as well, is talk a little bit about ad revenue, brand deals, things of that nature. And those are all relevant, all important, but those are all short term. You know, you do a brand deal today, you know, this is a brand deal for today. You know, you might get another one if you build relationships, but beyond that, we're going to talk a lot about what your future. Living like him, gang.
And the freedom to do that if they didn't shed some of that anxiety and stress in this room. Shed it now and go out there and fucking troll and clip farm and
So I'm going to talk a lot about money. And so usually what I do, last year what I did, and what I kind of did in the last class as well, is talk a little bit about ad revenue, brand deals. Sorry, if you might keep it quiet. Did everybody have lunch happening right now?
Yeah. We do an hour, they have an hour.
Okay, yeah, you go. All right. Surprise, all you guys have a business. Streaming is 100% a business. And the sooner you treat it like one, the better you'll be able to take advantage of its opportunities. I know business kind of has some connotation like it's all about making money, but it's not. Sometimes it could be about impacting people. There's plenty of nonprofit businesses, their goal is not to make money, right? Your business goal, objective can be either to what? Entertain, inform. Entertain, inform. If you're streaming, you're either entertaining or you're informing. So today, this is the informing. I don't do this part too often, but I'm gonna walk you through what it's like to grow a business. We're gonna talk a little bit about, I'm gonna pocket watch somebody else's business. Then we're gonna get into tone. We'll talk a little bit about A&P. I'm gonna give you a prospective business that I'm probably gonna start in the next year. And then while I'm doing that, I really want you to think about what you may be interested in. And what the common answers might be is like a brand, maybe some clothing, but think outside the box. It could be whatever your interests are. And just to kind of get the ball rolling, I love racing. For me, racing is super fun. I just learned that this is a passion of mine for the past 2 years. And so as I'm getting more into it, I was trying to think about ways to monetize that. So I love energy drinks. I drink 12 a day if I need to. And so my brain thinks, well, 12 is an exaggeration, I saw your eyes. My brain thinks if I love energy drinks, maybe there's a way I could build a business around the thing that I like. Find something you really like. Keep it in your mind. It could be a couple things. It could be running. Maybe you love endurance running. It could be editing. Maybe you're a huge editor. Maybe strategically, you love thinking of the business strategy side of things. Whatever it is, just keep it in the back of your mind, because as I talk through some of these concepts, I want you to try and relate it to how it's going to apply to you. Oh, the wrong slide. Sorry. Yeah, that was a different talk. I would like to start by saying you don't own nothing. You don't own YouTube. You don't own Twitch. You don't own Instagram. You don't own TikTok. Who here has been a victim of being banned on a platform you don't know why? Right? And I want to illustrate to the people that this hasn't happened to yet, sometimes it can be really scary because if it's your job, it kind of feels like your livelihood was just stolen. And I've had this moment a long time ago, and it scared me straight. Sometimes this is something you just had to, put your hand on the stove and learn the hard way. But I'm hoping you just heed to advice and you learn some of these lessons before this happens. In 2020, January, they changed the rules on YouTube, okay? They didn't want people advertising to kids no more. And people were finding workarounds to do it, you know, toothpaste companies, stuff like that. This is an analytic I just took from a YouTube video of a family channel this year. They got 2 million views in the year. They only made $959. This same channel, pre-2020, is making almost $100,000 on the same views. All it took was a simple policy change. YouTube didn't like that type of content no more. They didn't want people to advertise that type of content. YouTube Kids exist. They rerouted it. So what I'm trying to say is they didn't own YouTube. They don't own this platform. Therefore, they were vulnerable, and something changed, and it rocked their livelihoods. If this was their job, they are now putting fries in the bag. And what the reality is, the streaming stuff is not forever. Like, if you think about your favorite streamers, they come and go. Sometimes they last a year. Sometimes they last 5 years, 10 years. You have to be realistic. Just because you're doing well now doesn't mean next year's going to be better. You could be given belt. You could be doing all the right things, but it doesn't mean it's going to work out for you. Right? There's a lot of people that didn't make it to Stream University. It's not because they didn't deserve it. So there's a lot that's not in your control. Today we're going to talk about some of the long-term things that are in your control, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a little bit helpful to you guys. You know, as I'm talking, you might be asking the big question, hopefully. Maybe I should own something, right? You don't own your channels. Maybe I should own something, and that's precisely why we started A&P in 2019. We had a down year. All of A&P pretty much played NBA 2K. There was a really bad down year, and it looked like, damn, money's down. We're like, yo, it don't matter. Look, question. Let's say, what's like a type of content you like to watch? IRL. IRL. Yeah. Okay, that's a bad example. Anybody like watching a niche example? Yusuf. Okay, let's say you like making noodle videos, and then for some reason there's horrible PR for noodles. People don't fuck with noodles no more. Okay? You're cooked. You could be the most entertaining personality, but you're cooked. This happens a lot to gamers. That's attached to a game that people lose interest in. But IRL is a little different because it's kind of no man's land. Honestly, it's a lot harder to go IRL because you're not attached to anything people actually care about. So I'm going to say something, hopefully it doesn't sound too pseudo, right? What made you guys excited to come to Stream University?
I wanted to learn and better my skills as a creator. I wanted to expand and become the greatest I can be.
Okay. Right here?
The exposure. Because I've always been consistent.
Exposure.
I just kind of started. So the exposure really.
Yugi? Okay. Okay, good answers. These are all good answers. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Learning how to be uncomfortable, challenging yourself. Okay, good. These are all good answers, okay? Streamer University, an example, when we have conversations and we're talking strategy and creative, there's high appeal ideas and there's low appeal ideas, right? You could be the most entertaining person, but no one's gonna stick with a low appeal idea. The idea just has to be something that's really packaged well. Stream University is this, like, the thought of learning being content is crazy on the internet. Like, as entertaining content, but everybody's excited to be here. Stream University is an example of a very high appeal idea. I don't want to get too pseudo, but just keep that in mind, right? There's a lot that's not within your control. There is a lot that's within your control. You control what you can, and you ignore the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a case example. So there's a YouTube channel. This is Ryan Trahan's channel. I put up his stats, okay? In the last month, he got 35 million long form views. He got 44 million short form views. And you can look at the subscribers over there as well. He's cooking, right? This is actually a down month for him, I'll be honest. And if you take a look at those stats, he's making approximately $345,000 in long form, okay? I'm probably off by like 20,000 here or there, but he's making a good amount based on the length of his videos and the ads that he runs, which is very healthy. He's one of the biggest YouTubers. He's making about $50,000 on short form. It's not the money he's making on short form, it's kind of like the views and the attention he's getting on short form that's also being funneled into his long form. When you're a streamer, think about the content you make, like people have to see you. You know what I'm saying? People seeing you is currency. Just because you haven't made $1 from a clip doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. You feel me? Because if people see your face enough times, next time they're introduced to you, you have a little bit more influence over their decisions. And their decision could be something as simple as showing up to your stream. You know what I'm saying? When you have a brand deal, it could be as simple as supporting the brand. When you have an event, it could be as simple as buying tickets. The more people see your face, the more likable you are, the more people you're doing things that provide value, the better received it will be. Let's keep going money-wise. You know, you total both of those. He made approximately $400,000 a month. Who here thinks that's bad money? It's phenomenal money. This actually is where a lot of people stop. They made the good money, and they don't see anything past that because they don't actually have a long-term vision. This is short-term. This is the money he made this month. Money's higher one month, money's lower next month. Views are higher one month, views are lower next month. If you're always playing day to day, you won't make a singular decision for the future. You get what I'm saying? That's a pretty penny, bro. $5 million a year. I think he has a team of like 3 people. His ideas don't cost a ton of money if you guys watch his channel. So like he's probably profiting a good amount. But let's think about long term. So I'm gonna give a handful of examples just because in your head you might be thinking, oh, I can't do that because I'm not a rich YouTuber. He started a candy company called Joyride. He got in Target, and now he's in a bunch of other retailers. And for him, as much as he enjoys making content, you can feel that passion in his videos. He saw a future where he thought he could make a ton of money doing something that he really cared about and doing it in a way where he's using his audience to promote this business. So he's in 5 different retailers: Target, Kroger. This kind of sounds like an ad for him, but it's not. It's just you have to understand the context. The more retailers in your reach, especially as a candy business, is exponentially higher. So I did some quick math. Approximately, a candy business of his stature is making around $50 million in annual revenue. Okay, this is a business that's about 2 years old. You know, and businesses, they grow exponentially. Like if you grow them properly, they grow exponentially. Now he doesn't put $50 million in his pocket because he has 20 to 40% margins. Let's say he's on the lower end, because maybe the Skittles and some of the big candy companies are on the higher end of margins because they have so much scale. Let's say he has just 20%. He made $10 million of profit in the last year from his business. $10 million, that's double all the money he made on his YouTube channel. But even that, to me, is a little too short term. That's money he's making this year. It's not that it's not great money. It's not that it won't time, but that's just money he's making this year. And so you can see here, this is just the profit. So I'm putting them side by side so you can get a sense of what people think he's making his money off of and what he's most realistically making his money off of. And this is not just a Ryan Trahan thing. You could apply it to plenty of content creators nowadays, like, you know, the KSI Logan Paul's got the Prime. You know, I think Jake Paul has a business. Everybody got a business. Yusuf, what's up?
Okay, as a professor, since you're on the front of us, how much do you make a year?
You're going to have to pocket watch me, my boy. Good try, champ. You can't sell content, but you can sell businesses. I mean, you could sell a stream. Maybe you get a brand deal, right? But you could sell a business, dude. And I'm going to share knowledge with you. All the business people watching this is going to seem like common knowledge that everybody understands. But people that's not in the business world truly do not understand the scale of opportunity. And those people would die to be in a position where they have an audience that fucks with them the way your audience fucks with you. These brands have to try and convince people to buy their product. That's facts. You're not selling nobody anything. You're just being yourself. People already like you. So as long as the thing you're making, your service you're creating, the product you have is something you truly believe in, then you will have no problem translating that energy, and your fans will have no problem supporting that. Because I'm telling you this one thing, when people really like you, they show it. They support it. So you don't want to just get eyeballs. You want to get eyeballs from people that actually fuck with you, because that looks very different. Not just financially, but just experience. Like, you live in life, bro. You meet these people in real life. You don't want to meet people and have negative interactions. You want to walk around and have positive interactions. And so let's get into a little bit about selling businesses, which doesn't sound like a Stream University thing. But again, I want to remind you, all you guys are running businesses, bro. Every single one of you. And this is not a metaphor. You literally are running a business. You literally have to pay that tax. So I hope you're doing that. Okay, good. All right, now let's get into, I don't know who that is. Let's get into the average candy sales for a business. So we established that he's approximately making $50 million gross, which means over the course of a year, he's making $50 million in that business, revenue-wise, right? So usually when you sell a business, there's a multiple. So if I'm selling Ryan Trahan's business that makes $50 million a year, it's worth 5 times that amount on average. You can negotiate that, which is $250 million. This is the number you usually see when you look at a Forbes list and they say someone's a billionaire. It's the net worth. So it's the stuff that they own, but it technically isn't worth anything till you sell it. So his business makes $50 million a year, which is already amazing, but look how much it's worth. That's $250 million. Now, realistically, he doesn't own the whole thing. He owns a big portion of it, probably a controlling share, so he can make all the decisions. So there's no suit, I mean, we've probably heard some horror stories of people that let in suits and then they took over the business and they ruined it by trying to milk it for profits. You want to try and maintain control. That's one thing we